Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the far north yet again. It's got kind of a rainy, miserable seeming day, but I'm having a good time because I got to show you guys this thing. Just picked this thing up from a really nice local guy. He's been trying to clean out his yard and he wanted some things gone. This is one of those things. I'll show you guys the other things later in another video. We're going to take it one by one. I'll show you guys things, one at a time instead of throwing multiple vehicles at you. That way, if you want to see things on different vehicles, you can just watch the video for them and not have to wade through different content in one video. But enough explaining. Let's talk about this thing. This is a 1949 Chrysler Windsor 4-door sedan. Super neat car. Like I said, local guy had it. He's had it for, I want to say, about 15 years or so, he said. He wasn't super clear on when he got it, but he's had it for at least 12 years that I know of, because he was telling me he was trying to work on this thing back in 2013, and that's when he bought the shop manual that he also gave me for it. So just, I don't know, classy old late 40s car. Does it get any better than that? Tons and tons of chrome. He had the original front bumper with the original license plate. The back bumper's on it. You can see we kind of got her in the rhubarb patch here. I gotta get this thing shuffled around a little bit, back in line with the forklift and stuff, and it might get some work done to it this winter. If the engine will run, I'll probably work on this thing this winter. Well, if the engine turns over, I'll probably work on it this winter. If not, I'll probably just fill it with goop and let it sit, and we might get to it later. It kind of depends on the engine. Obviously, it's got a flathead 6 in it, old Chrysler. Pretty classy machine. Radiators in the back. We'll throw a wrench on this thing in a minute and see if the engine turns over or not. It's a long process here, but yeah, pretty much original. You can see we have the carburetor, the air cleaner's still there. I always liked the heater box is right there on these things, which is super neat. Some things have been taken apart, sitting around. Somebody sprayed it with this silver paint, and the silver paint I can see goes all the way back to the bell housing, which might be a good sign that this car has a rebuilt engine in it, but no guarantees on stuff like that. It's also covered in a lot of grease and goop, so who knows? Got all the original badges on this thing. Full set of tires, they all hold air, and I think I've got 2 out of 4 of these original Chrysler hubcaps. Got to check these things out. Big, classy wheel, I guess those are wheel covers. Original Windsor badges. Somebody pulled quite a bit of the trim off this thing, and I don't know if they were getting ready to paint it. Kind of looks like they got to sanding on it and were making a bit of a project out of her. Show you guys the yeah, the front fenders aren't really bolted on. He said he had the front clip off of it and to make sure we didn't do anything. Well, sounds like I got company. I'll talk to this guy for a minute and then I'll get back to showing you guys the interior on this thing. You're just gonna have to wait, well, a split second. Alrighty folks, we're finally back with this thing. I went ahead and we got old Eureka up here, pulled this thing forward a little bit so that I could get it all 4 doors and we could finally have a look at what's inside of this thing. If I can open the door without running into the fender there. I guess it'll just push it out of the way. It's a slight annoyance about this car. But finally, look at the just sassy interior on this thing. Crawl in here, the old saddle blanket there. Visor's falling apart. Just absolute old school class right here. Somewhere down here is the cowl vent. There should be this guy right here, I think. I really don't know. It should be that. That looks like a map light or like floor light over there. So many cool things to look at in an old car like this. Stuff like this is what I'm talking about. We got some garbage. I need to make a dump run, get some stuff out of here. This car did come with a shop manual that Was bought in 2013, the last time this car really had much work done to it, or anybody was looking at it really. Just super neat that it came with some documentation, which I always love documentation, history, anything like that that goes with these vehicles. Beats the heck out of, you know, not knowing. $29 in 2013. Fascinating. And this is probably the coolest thing that came in with this car that I've seen so far. An old Warna light made by Warren Industries. I have never seen one of these until I've seen this one, and that is super neat. I can't imagine these are super common, but God, I love that. Just a neat little thing there. We can, the no exterior door handles part of this car is kind of annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the back doors open. Hopefully I can, there we go. Then we can go over the passenger side and have a look over there. Take a second to look at the radio. It's kind of a neat look with the radio that all the numbers fell down. That's a modern art statement right there. Now, of course, the first thing I do is go get all the buttons stuck. I think that one should come out. Dial button. I wonder what that does. Oh, that resets the trip meter. Look at that. You can see the trip numbers wiggling. Huh. And we have lights, panel and map lights. No key with this car, of course. That should be the hood pop. Cool to have a 1949 and it's got a interior hood release. A padded dash pad in 49 was a rarity. Padded dash pads weren't federally like mandated until a lot later. 3-speed on the column. I'm pretty sure this thing's the fluid drive transmission because, or something's messed up otherwise. Because when we pushed it off the trailer, I had it in gear and I had the clutch pushed in so I could sort of clutch brake it coming down the trailer just in case things got out of hand. And when I let out on the clutch, nothing happened. So that's fascinating. These window cranks are just super cool. I mean, that's a chunk of chrome right there. I never noticed the like wing design up here. Part of the doors padded, wing window. This car is just, everything in it, it seems so well designed. I mean, it's what everybody says about old cars, really. Let's get these out of the way. Of course, the flip this guy to unlock your door. This door might, oh, it's going to push on that trim. There. Slide in here. These old car seats too. Just everything about these old like pre-war era and war era cars are just super neat how they're designed and made. I mean, the seats, 14 different kinds of fabric lined up on this seat. And of course somebody put the old seat cover on it. You always got to check the front pockets on these style seat covers. They might have left you something cool. Have a look in the glove box here. See if there's anything neat. Oh, here's the wings that go right there on this side of things. Little chrome trim ring. Armstrong. A number 2 1-inch R pipe. These are like teeth for a thread, maybe a pipe thread that would go with the chunk of pipe that they bought. That's all sun faded, that sucks. Ooh, a Canadian penny from 1963. Well, camera might focus. Or you guys will just have to believe me, it's a Canadian penny from 1963. You're really not supposed to rub coins on your pants. It's hard on them, but oh well. Elizabeth IV Del Gracia. Interesting. 1 Canadian cent. Sometimes the more mundane things out of these old glove boxes are super neat. An American penny from 1962. I think 1959 is when they started putting the Lincoln Memorial on them. That's another cool one. Some screws. A sassy little rock. I do like me some good rocks. That's a good one. Yeah. Must have been pipe threads. Must have been what those are. Oh, a couple more pennies. I'm sure you guys are bored if don't want to look at coins, but boy, this stuff's super neat. What turns up in a car this old that's been, as far as I can tell, off the road since the 70s. We got a 61 penny. Oh. And a 59. A couple more Lincoln cents with the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Another one. They could have bought a whole lot of stuff with 5 cents back in the day, actually. Looks like a receipt. Can't really tell if it said anything important or not. Try to get this last penny out of here. Come here. Another Lincoln cent. 1963, I think. Yep, another 63 Lincoln cent. Some nuts, bolts, screws. Yeah. A little tiny little clothespin. Nope, a bottle opener, of course. Every old car has a bottle opener in the glove box. An old Olympia one, too. That's awesome. Just a sign of the times that all these old cars had bottle openers in them. Not that everybody was drinking, per se, but just that you always needed a bottle opener to have on hand. In case you bought a soda or something. Oh, that's cool. Oh, dang, that's Utana Barge Lines, State of Alaska DOT. Oh yeah, they went across the Nenana ferry in this thing. This car did come from Nenana, I believe. The title said that. It said Nenana on it, so that's super cool. September 8th of 65? I think that's September 8th of 65. They went across the ferry at Nenana and held on to their receipt. I thought there wasn't that much in there. Old Alaska Airlines baggage checks. Oh, super cool. Way, way back in the day. These are the little mundane pieces of history that always seem to get lost. Nobody really cared about them back then, and then... Yeah, well, it's the same type of thing. How many receipts do you need? And these days you throw stuff like this out, left, right, up, and down. Awesome. We'll put heavier stuff in the back there and put some of this cooler stuff up top. The Olympia bottle opener is super cool. Neat little pieces that you want to keep with these things. Piece of trim I can put on at some point. Awesome. We're tracking down her history. She went across the Nenana barge. Oh, look at that. A fill plug for the... now I'm blanking on what the transmission's called, but the manual transmission with the torque converter. It says right there, fill here. That's cool. So you can get at that. All of this needs to get thrown out. All that foam and stuff. That was a chromed rod. I wonder if it was part of a little breaker bar or something. Try and look in all the little side pockets of this thing. Make sure I'm not glossing over anything cool. Alright. Oh, this is the only door with an exterior handle, actually. Awesome. Open this up. Of course, we got a radiator. This is a 6-volt battery for this car from 2013, so same time as the manual. That's a really good sign about this thing, that they bought the manual in 2013 and they bought a battery, which means it probably was running and driving. This is like a closed circuit. Oh yeah, it's a CCTV. Huh. Alright, there's a keeper. 1970 Alaska license plate. You never see. I just love all this old stuff. This is a chrome. Hopefully these are for this car. I think I'm gonna take a second and set this CCTV outside. This guy's gonna go to the dump. I really don't. That's kind of just garbage. And we'll get that out of the way and maybe a couple other things. I'll set this radiator out and then we can have a look in there. This is the radiator for this car, or so I was told. It is a Mopar radiator, it says so. So that's awesome. Another hubcap down there. That might go to this. Are there any dirty old cigarette butts in there? No. Look at just the crown on that ashtray. Just all the little details in these things is super cool. Yeah, we can get some of this out of here and work our way across the back seat and have a little treasure hunt. Alrighty, we're back yet again. Got that CCTV out of here. And that is indeed one of the wheel covers or hubcaps for this car. Set that up here. I'm going to try and get a lot of this trim. This stuff almost definitely goes to this car. And I can see this is the other trim like that side has. That goes over here. Which means I think I've got most of the trim for this car. So we can get her, we can really get this thing looking spiffy again. Super cool. I can't imagine how hard this trim would be to find. That was something I really didn't want to think about. There's a V here. I am willing to bet that came off a Cadillac. The gentleman that this car came from really liked Cadillacs. So he saved every Cadillac, everything he could find, like this dome light cover and this Cadillac ashtray, proving my point. A GMC owner's manual for 1995. Your 1980 AMC Eagle maintenance schedule. There's some people out there that definitely need a maintenance schedule. Gary Matthews, Jeep and Eagle, Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge. Stairs. 1996 light duty truck for your Chevrolettes. We'll put some of these bits and pieces in here. About 2 Cadillac dome light covers. Cadillac emblems. I might get a hold of him if he wants this one back. He wanted to keep older Cadillac stuff, parts that would go to his car. VW emblem. Another Cadillac ashtray. It must have been a 70s Cadillac that he pulled a bunch of parts off of. That's cool. Wonder what that's off of. Red and green. It's almost like airplane landing light style something or other. To come off an old truck. Flip this saddle blanket up. Look down here. 1999 Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep, Eagle car and truck. That is a lot of vehicles for a little book. Maybe that's what's wrong with modern vehicles. Nothing's filled out for where that would have come from, unfortunately. Oh no. Losing stuff. Oh, sick. I can get this leveled out. A big cab light cover. What did I say about Cadillacs? A Riviera 60s Buick, I believe. That's 60s Ford for sure. Steering wheel cover. Sassy Triple Diamond International steering wheel cover. One of these inline fuel filters. A lot of people hate these things because the O-rings will go bad on them and they'll leak fuel. So something, I guess if you have one, keep an eye on it. I don't hate them, but like I said, keep an eye on it. Plastic Dodge emblem. Yugo emblem. That's either a cover plate or a data tag, but it's so worn out. I always wanted one of these. A 67 or 68 Mercury Cougar. I guess I finally have one. Oh, the door's open? Sick. Little hot rod right there. That's a keeper. Set that up there. More Cadillac. Well, I'm not particularly throwing anything out here, but just actual garbage. All the emblems I'll hold on to. Try and find people that need a lot of these emblems. Electrical heat traced. For a thermon something or other. That's kind of neat. Crawl up in here. Treat that nice, actually. Old Seekin stuff is cool. Oh, nice. A World War II half-track. I know somebody that has always wanted a World War II half-track. And that's going to go to him. Valeri for Plymouth. Cadillac. A dog going absolutely AWOL. Southern Comfort. Under your belt. Not genuine without this steel engraved label. Huh. That's busted. The hook's gone, but that's cool. Southern Comfort belt buckle. 96 Chevy. Nissan Sentra. A D for a Dodge. Boy. Chrysler. A dog that's still going insane over there. 97 Chrysler Concorde. Jeez. Volkswagen 83 Rabbit. 99 Avenger Dodge. Wild batch of stuff. The sheepskin saddle or sheepskin seat cover. Battery ground. That's a really good ground, actually. Come on to that guy. Some of this wiring goes with that closed circuit TV stuff. Make a little pile of, or just throw all the roof material that's fallen down on the floor over there. You definitely want to breathe this roof material. I'm sure it's not asbestos laced. It's fine. Set that up there. Chunk of plexiglass. It might be decent. Set it up there without gouging the radiator. Oh, another belt buckle. Oh, that's cool. Pretty worn. The eagle with the gold. More pieces of trim. The grab handle for this passenger side back door. An oil filter? Huh. That might be for this car, I'm not sure. Set this box down there. Owner's manuals everywhere. The CB home base is just, these are just cool. Undeniable. I think that's the matching license plate to the one I found earlier. It's cool. It's always cool to have a matched set of plates. Turbo. That's cool. An R. Maybe that D wasn't for a Dodge. Maybe that was 50s Ford. Hood emblem. It's all house wiring, I guess, or for this TV stuff. Set all that there. I need to get a trash bag up here for some of this stuff. That's one of the bows for the headliner in this car. Rambler American steering wheel cap. Neat. Wow, I wasn't expecting quite the amount of badges and stuff in this car. More wiring. That's a good seat cover there. I'll hold on to that guy. And so you want, yeah, spiders crawling around. No, those are 50s Ford letters. Can't believe I misidentified the D. Nice little dovetailed box there. I can set stuff in. The broken nose cone off a starter. I'm sure that's a good sign for this car. Not sure if this car would have had I think it would have had a floor push starter. So yeah, that's not a good sign. In the sheepskin seat cover, this thing's definitely not disease laced. A brass nut, something electrical. These welding or brazing goggles. That's a minty old pipe wrench right there. That's a keeper. Cheap Richetti. A locking gas cap. A scrunch, you always need one of those. Those get lost. Oh dang, that's a good one. I broke my last one. I don't even need to tell you guys what that is. If you don't know, I don't know what to tell you. Another Cadillac. That's a later 80s or 90s plastic cap or emblem. Oh wow, that's like real sheepskin. Oh my. That's fascinating. I wonder if you could clean that up. That'd be cool to have a... I forget what that emblem is. I've gotten so many emblems lately and I don't know what half of them are. It really makes you wonder. Felix the cat. Oh, that's the trim for the trunk on this car. Sassy that that's still kicking. Bama, roll tide. A window crank. Again, I wasn't joking about the Cadillac stuff. It's kind of neat, but Norse Chevy from Delaware, Ohio. What's this? STS 94 Columbia. Must be all the names of the astronauts that were in there. Columbia 102. Oh, that's not focused at all. It's for one of the space shuttles. I don't think it's for the one that blew up, though. 91 Nissan warranty information. Oh, sick. Look at that. Coca-Cola Classic. That's a cool keychain. Back when they had to go back to the classic formula, because ain't nobody want their new formula. 1999 Ford Escort. Owner's manual. In case I haven't mentioned it, the guy that owned this car worked at a junkyard or a scrapyard, and yeah, he collected emblems, owner's manuals, just everything he could save. He didn't want to see, you know, he didn't want to see everything get belligerently destroyed. Jake Hurst in the detail department for Chrysler has lost his name badge. I can now steal his identity and detail Chryslers. What an awful life. Oil cap, that's cool. 5/8 wrench. There's a starter. It's painted silver like the engine. It might go to this car. Nice. I think I've got all the trim for this car, which is awesome. Oh, and I'm covered in this. Yeah, lovely. Oh yeah. There's the trunk emblem. Chrysler taillights. Nice, lovely towel. Oh, a working man's light. That's a good one. If that thing works. It's a cigarette lighter plug-in. I'm gonna have to plug that guy in, see if it works. Everything needs one of those. Will it stay? It'll stay there. A bottle of water, just in case you get thirsty while working on your Chrysler. An international silver plate spoon. There's either the hood or the trunk latch. Must be the hood latch. The trunk doesn't have that style. That's another great sign that it comes with an empty thing of ether. A pair of real nice needle nose pliers. A Nova glove box. That is the fun part about this, is deciding what parts belong to this and what parts don't. harmonic balancer. That's a weird thermostat there. Huh. Nice little Stanley awl. A VW thermostat housing, or water neck. Some hose clamps, a bearing. That's part of something. A gasket. Oh, somebody lost their foot. That's cool. Plastic skeleton foot. It's plastic, don't worry. A pair of new shocks. Yeah, this car seems like somebody was really doing a lot of work to it. That's a good cup right there. Seemed like somebody was doing a lot of work to this car and just ran out of time and money. But all the parts seem to be here. At some point, I'll have to lay everything out, see what all's here and what all isn't. It'd be cool if all the parts are here. And honestly, this thing is worth putting all back together. And if the paint was original, I'd leave the paint, but they started stripping the body down, so this thing, it'd be cool to do a paint job on something, make it nice. So I've got one Chrysler hubcap or wheel cover. Two, so I have three and I'm missing one. I might have the other one somewhere else, but neat old 50s car. I love these old cars, like just the style. You don't see that anymore. Maybe that latch in the back isn't for this. I'm gonna find a prop rod for this hood. We'll get her propped up and I'll get a big socket to put on the front of the engine and we'll have ourselves a look, see if this thing will turn over. It does have a starter in it. It appears as though this car never had a push style starter where you push it from the floor of the car. So that's a good sign. That means the nose cone in the back doesn't go to this. Yeah, let me prop this hood up real quick. Alrighty, after a bit of finagling, we can finally see if this thing will turn over. Took me a minute to figure out the socket size with my big 3/4 socket set. Then I had to pull the harmonic balancer off. Kind of neat that there's 6 bolts and the whole harmonic balancer comes off. I don't know, the way these old cars are designed is just so neat to see. Like the engine mounts, the mount itself is all the way up here, and that's got this big wishbone plate with those U-bolts in it. That's all that holds this thing on up front, which is just, it's just kind of a neat design. Nothing really wrong with it, of course, but we'll see if I can. I got the socket on there. I promise I didn't rotate it, but or try to rotate it anyhow. I don't have high hopes for this thing, given that it's been sitting and was last really touched 12 years ago. Yeah, you know how things get, but we'll try and prop the camera up somewhere and see if I can't get down there and try and ream on this thing. Oh, that works. I can hear compression doing things. Oh, it's coming out of the number 2 spark plug. This feels like cheating. I think we might have a running 49 Chrysler when all is said and done here. Holy cow. Alright, well, I don't know how much of that really got caught. The camera kind of slipped back here, but that's a really positive outlook for this thing. We're gonna set the fan over there. The bolts, the 3 bolts that are still there for the fan were only hand threaded in. So this thing's got a ways to go to get all bolted back together, put all the parts where they go, but we've got a really positive outlook for this thing. You guys can look forward to that on an upcoming video. If all the plugs are hand tight, you know what? Let's just go ahead and we'll start pulling plugs. Try not to knock anything in there. I don't have any compressed wind with me right now, but we'll just be real gingerly with it and give her a little liquid motivation to keep spinning. Oh yeah, all the plugs are just hand tight. kind of cool it's been sitting that long and it still hasn't locked up. That's insanely impressive, honestly. I've seen engines sit for, I swear, 35 seconds and they're full of rust. Like, some of these things just don't hold up. Just set those on there, so I have some semblance of maybe an idea of where things might go. That's not hooked any. That's a good battery cable. Holy cow, look at that guy. Huh. Yeah, that one's, all these are loose. That's wild. The carburetor has electrical connections on it. Oh, do you like my hood prop too? It's good stuff. Is that a rag that I'm looking at in there? I don't know if you guys can see down there. There's like blue. Is that the top of the valve? I have so many questions right now. The top of the valve might be painted. It doesn't look like steel, or it doesn't look like cloth. Yeah, that's not cloth. Aye. That's very concerning. If somebody painted the top of the valve. Oh dear. Nobody said it was going to be easy. I just leave that plug in and fill the well there, and all of that liquid will seep down the threads and it'll filter all the gunk out so it doesn't all go down the cylinder. Some of these have a lot of gunk and some of them don't. Yeah, the top of the head was painted blue at one point. Oh dear, I think somebody might have painted the freaking valves. That's a beautiful sign. Oh well. Go ahead and leave a bit in there. Awesome. Really nice. This car actually came with the can of PB too. Well, we might have a running Chrysler. I've got the radiator. I think I have everything for this thing, and we'll have to swing this thing down by the shop at some point and do some work to it. Let's see. Quite concerning. It seems very overfull on the fluids. It's been full of ATF, it would appear. You guys can see my finger there, it's all red. Red fluid in there. So we might do a diesel flush on this thing. Flush the oil pan out. It's missing the oil filter, I believe. That's what that oil filter in the back seat was. It was the oil filter for this car. Oh, this thing even came with a rag so I can wipe my finger off. Boy, this car is just ready to be worked on. Yeah, so I need to find a gasket, install the oil filter. Probably just clean the points and throw ether in it. No, I wish it was that easy. But just put this whole thing back together to see if she's going to fire up, honestly. Have to swing this thing down by the shop here. Well, we've got a really positive outlook for this thing. 1949 Chrysler Windsor. Engine turns over. Sheepskin seat cover. This thing's ready to be cruising. Well, I think with that, we're going to close this one video out. It's been a kind of a long day for me. We know this engine turns over. She'll probably live again. And you guys can look forward to it here on the channel. I've got some more walkarounds and revival projects coming that you guys can watch. I know I keep piling them up like cordwood, but boy, just something about a flathead engine. I cannot turn them down. They are so neat. So yeah, anyways. Actually, what's that? Clutch or brake? Clutch, it would seem. A fluid line. I wonder if this thing has a hydraulic clutch too. Gosh, I have so many questions, so many things to dive into on this car. I gotta quit looking at it. I have so many questions. We're just gonna have to get her in the shop, get some work done on it. On the old 49 Chrysler here. I'm gonna close this video out, let you guys go. I need to bring a trash bag up, clean all that lovely asbestos laced garbage out of there. I keep saying asbestos. I don't know if it actually is. It could be. In 1949, I wouldn't put it past them, but that's something for another day. You get all this leaf junk out of here, get this thing pressure washed, front clip bolted on, and boy, what a cool car. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll catch you on the next one, and well, you guys can look forward to this car coming up in the future. It might be a quick one, I don't know. But thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you later.